The Bomarc, and last I left off, I went ahead and finished it off the last couple days. Went back in and post-shaded all the panel lines on it, and it was a little dark, so I went back in with the base coat, which is a silver gray, and basically just misted it on and toned down the panel lines, and then went back in and shot it with a clear coat of Future, and put the decals on. The decals go on great since it is a reissue, so the decals were, I think, top notch. But decals on the frame there, the Bomarc sign, gauges, I want to say beware of blast type markings. I left one decal off, and it was supposed to go on the tank here, but it's actually too big, and it wouldn't look right, so I left it off because I thought it looked pretty darn slick the way it is, as it is. But anyway, done, and I'm going to go to deliver this today. This is actually going to go to a veteran who actually either worked or served on this, so that'll be unique. It's always fun to build models for people when you know, they have worked on it or served aboard. Now it's going to go on a plaque, but it's not going to go on this plaque. This is my plaque, but it's going to be one similar, and it'd probably be more like that with brass plaque on it. You know, say the gentleman's name and years of service or something like that. But anyway, Bomarc is finished. Man, my assistant wants tuna. She loves her tuna. I know it. But anyway, the Bomarc, very fun model. It does show its age. It is there is some seams on it, but anyway, other than that, I think it's a very, very unique model, and really should have one for the Arc itself. But anyway, we'll try to get one for that later. But anyway, Bomarc is done, so I'm going to get that off the bench, and then we'll continue on with the Mako. But anyway, Bomarc, anything, the plaque here. Now, I've been debating whether to I wanted a new type of base for models, and I went ahead and decided to get this. This is kind of a picture plaque, you know, that you can print out whatever on it. But anyway, I like redwood. I think it looks much more nicer. That's just me. Anyway, I got little scratches on it. But anyway, I wanted something you know, standard, so I could, you know, put a model on it. I didn't want too big of a base, and I didn't want you know, bulky or anything, and I think that would look nice, because sometimes I love the dome stands because they're just about right, but they're a little flimsy. I wish they were a little thicker, and then they'd be just about perfect. But anyway, so the base here, and see, I mean, I want a base so you can actually, you know, for example, the Bomarc, I think it fits nice on there. Don't have to do any groundwork or anything. I just think it looks presentable. But anyway, that's what I'm going to probably end up trying. I think I want to stay with the red bases for bigger models now, but that's what I'm leaning towards. But the Mako, I think last I left off, I finished shading all the ship itself, got everything satisfied with it. I got to do one thing. I got to do is basically take the I got to get some basically a little bit of lighter of the base coat here, and I'm going to go in and spray some of the panels just to break up the monotony. But I was messing with the name here, trying to fill it, and my first thing I was going to do is just basically put some acrylic paint and put it in there and wipe it off. And you can see where I've actually tried to wipe it off, so it's kind of staining it. I'm going to have to do something a tad bit different. I like the accent stuff, but it's really, really super thin. I'll have to, that's actually good for, I want to say oil stains or something like that, or really get the fine, what? I'll get you tuned in just a minute. But anyway, I want to try to, but when I was doing the, pour the paint on here and wipe it off, I actually shot the whole thing with Future because I really wanted it to, you know, clean off, and it does clean off since it is acrylic paint. Just got to take a little bit of a toothpick or a micro brush here and just kind of clean it off and everything. But it gives a little bit of a weathered look. I mean, you don't have to be super clean because it is Franklin type class. So I'm gonna take Mr. Micro Brush here. I gotta trim it down just a little bit, and then I'm going to probably paint the Mako name and the letters there, and then probably do a little dry brushing just to get a little bit of wear and tear on there. But anyway, I think it's turned out, and I'm going to tell you, I am down to one model on the workbench, and that's kind of odd. But anyway, we'll venture into something else. But anyway, that is what I've got going on today. The Mako is trying to get its name on here, and we finished off the Bomarc, and I gotta go feed the cat because the cat is just driving me nuts. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.